Hey, Dr. Tom Hanson here at the Playbook Academy. I want to just take a few moments to make a very informal video here to tell you about an opportunity that's coming up real soon. That's why I don't have make time or inclination really to make a big fancy video. So let me just tell you about this. I'll tell you some facts right away, and then I'll give you some more in-depth information. So I want you to be able to decide right away if it's not for you. It's for a more serious player, and you're probably a coach or a parent watching this. If you have a son who's really pretty serious, this could be the thing for you. If you really get that, oh, the mental game is the place to go. Because we're starting on December 30th with a 6-week teleseminar boot camp. It's like a spring training, 6 weeks of training where on Monday nights there's a call, and then I give them homework to do, 15 minutes or so of mental training to do daily between the calls, and you can ask me questions in between. Then the next week we'd look at a different area, and the next week another area. So if you feel like you have a son or daughter, I mean, I have pianists in the class. I mean, you can take it as a coach, but my focus really is be talking mostly to players. So here's how it all unfolds. The first thing that someone does that you'll do when you're in the course is you'll take the Hanson Play Big baseball profile, and you'll get a feedback sheet much like this one. You'll be able to see it. I don't expect you to actually read this, but you can see that there are numbers there, and it's mathematically measuring what's going on in someone. If in the off season you're in now, it's like the first thing you got to do is take an assessment. Well, how strong am I? How flexible am I? Flexible am I? What's my endurance? And then you train, and then you measure again. And this is the first time I've ever seen a mental game program that does that. This profile is ninja. It is super powerful, but you'll be amazed at what we can see. It's like, you know how when you take a video and then you of your son, say, pitching, and then you break it down frame by, oh, look at what's happening here. Oh, see you do this, and you're flying open early, and you see all kinds of things that you can't see with the naked eye. That's what this is. All kinds of things you can't see with the naked eye, I can assess with amazing power. And then, so you start off taking that, and then each week we take a different dimension that the program, that the software, that the profile looks at. For example, week 1 is all about baseball self-worth. Your baseball self-worth, and you get a 0 to 10 score. So you know where you're at. It's like, oh yeah, I feel worthy. No, this guy's a 4.8, hurting. Not, he's hurting in this area. And then I'll teach you on that class ways to upgrade that, so that baseball self-worth, how good, like, are you your stats as a player? Does your sense of yourself go up and down with your stats, with your performance? If a player thinks he is his stats, he's in big trouble, and he's going to be very inconsistent, very up and down. A high level player is not like that. Yes, they'll go up and down some, but it won't be the wild swings that you see in a typical younger player. And that has to do with this number 1 thing, which we cover in week 1, baseball self-worth. Week 2 is about being able to play one pitch at a time. Can you play one pitch at a time? I can tell you mathematically, because you took it in assessment. You'll know where you're at, and then you'll know, I'll train you on how to get better at playing one pitch at a time. Third week is about your future, your sense of yourself. 0 to 10, you'll know how confident you or your son is in his future. And this is where we get mental toughness, because baseball will knock you down, and you'll get up with the speed and with the power that you believe that you have a great future coming up. If I believe, oh, I just got knocked down, but it's going to be great, you'll pop right up. But if I get knocked down, it's like, oh, here we go again. This is what baseball is like. Blah, blah. Then you're not going to get up so, and you're going to get knocked down easier, and it take longer to get up. And I can tell you mathematically where you're at, and I can tell you exactly how to improve that in a player. So what we're saying again here, now you're starting to see, wow, how he feels about himself, how present and focused he can be on each pitch, his sense of his future. We're upgrading his operating system, just like on a computer. It's like, whoa, I went from Windows 97 to Windows 8, or I went to a Mac, and there's a massive upgrade in operating system. It all occurs differently. When you see a guy, it's like, wow, that guy's rock solid. He's got a better operating system, or call it a belief system about baseball. And that's what really it is. It isn't just about, oh, shorten its hand path. Well, wow, what if you could upgrade the whole operating system that he's got? So week 4 is becoming a better teammate. Can you watch the Red Sox this year? They were great teammates, great with each other. They're really good players, get me wrong, but they were something about them. Are you or your son got that? Have you got that ability to be that? And if so, are you doing it? And again, we measure it, and I train you on how to be a better teammate, in particular, how to be a leader, which is what pro scouts are looking for in college. They want leaders. Fifth is all important relationship with your mechanics. Now, it's like, what do you mean? It's like, yes, you want to. It's like the Goldilocks principle. You can be too much into your mechanics, or you can be too little, or you can be just right. Mathematically, I can tell you where a player is in his relationship with mechanics, and I can coach you on how to shift that so that you get an optimal relationship with your mechanics. Yes, it's important, but I'm not going to obsess on it so that I get all tightened up on the game. That's what happens in a typical lesson. You get the lesson, oh, hand path, hand path, hand. Now get out there in a game, hand path, oh, strike 3. But how is my hand? Very frustrating. How do you? Yes, mechanics are important, but you have to have a great relationship with it, or they'll mess you up. The focus on it will mess you up. The lessons he's taking could be messing him up. And then finally, week 6 is all about a big picture, the concept of understanding of how it all fits together. We'll tie everything together. And I use the absolute, I promise you, most powerful techniques in each of these weeks to transform you. And then in these areas, and then they take the test again. Then it's like, then you get a second taking of the profile. It's like, oh, here's what I did, here's what I gained, and here's where I'm still weak. I need to go back and listen to week 4. I go back and listen about more on week 1. I really need to work on those. And then off you go, and you always have that. And then I give you the bonuses of almost all the programs I've created. I give you an effortless power hitting program, which teaches you how to hit with effortless power. It's a set of drills that you do on the field or in a cage to train yourself to have that effortless power with your hitting. And it all applies to pitching too, but there's a pitch big course that you get about how specifically to apply all this to pitching. There is a 201 program that's got 24 different lessons to it. And there's just all those things I've just given you as a free bonus. You can look up more on my site for more information on these, but they're all free bonuses that on their own would be worth what I'm asking for. And just look down below because the price will be changing, will be going up. So I'm not going to mention what it is here in the video. But if this sounds like you, I encourage you to take action right now because it's happening really fast. It's coming right up. And if you're not satisfied with it, just let me know and I will refund your money. But this is by far the most powerful mental program that I've ever seen. Certainly the most powerful that I've ever offered. You have a chance to be in a group, but talk, but you'll be anonymous if you want in terms of your question asking and interacting with me. And I'll give you the absolute cutting edge. You'll know that from here on in the rest of your career or your son's career or your player career, that you've got the absolute cutting edge tool. And you've got all these tools, they're all digital in that you can just have one password, you get access to all these products. So I really encourage you, if this sounds like you, if you kind of feel like, whoa, that's pretty cool, read whatever information I can fit in below here. And if it just feels right, just go for it. And if you, again, want to pull out, just say the word and I'll refund your money. I would be shocked, however, if you did, because if this feels right for you, it might just not be, might not be ready for it because it's too serious. But I don't think it's too much time. It's an hour, and I can download a week, and you can download it so you can listen to it anytime. You can put it on your phone and do the training each week. There'll be a handout, little worksheet you work through. My mission is to keep it as simple as possible, but no simpler. So that's the Play Big Baseball Boot Camp. I just wanted to put this out for you because time is of the essence. So I really encourage you, if it feels right at all, jump in, join me, and it will transform. Not only, here's the kicker for me, it's like, yeah, I want to help you or your son or your a special player that you have play great. But what this does in particular, all of the stuff that I'm into, that I offer, is really about success in life, becoming a more powerful person. That by powerful, it means able to create the desired results, which is like happiness, or a certain job, or start a business. It's all this stuff. This is what gets taught. Yes, you shorten your hand path. That's good for baseball, but you upgrade your operating system, and you upgraded your entire life for the rest of your life. So that to me is really playing big. So I hope you'll join me, and whether you do or not, get out there and play big.